Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around in the worst of all.
What is going on, guys? We are at our second visit to Hersheypark this month, and so we are at Hershey today for that. And there's the Milton fountain over there. And so, Evie, are you ready for this visit? Woo! Oh yeah! Okay, so we just got a backseat ride on Skyrush, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was really good. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
I'm gonna give it an 8 because it was still warming up.
Oh yeah! Okay, so we just got a second front row ride in on Skyrush, and I'd rate it a 9.5 out of 10. It warms up a little bit, but still not as fast. And so, Evie, what do you think?
I'll give it a 9. That ride was good and better than the first ride we had, but yeah, so it's a little bit yet to warm up.
Oh yeah! Okay, so we just got our first ever front row ride on Great Bear, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was a good front row ride on Great Bear. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
That was good, give it a 9.
Oh yeah! Okay, so we just rode to Hershey's Tower, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was a really good ride on it, and so, Evie, what'd you think of that?
Give it an 8. It was an alright ride on it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we just rode Storm Runner in the front, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was really good. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it? Oh, yeah. So we just got a backseat ride on Storm Runner, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was really good. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
I'd give it a 10.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we just rode Fahrenheit, and I'd rate it an 8.5 out of 10. I felt a little rattled throughout the ride, and the train, and I could clearly see the train shaking the whole ride, but it was a good ride on Fahrenheit. And so, Evie, what do you think of it?
That was alright, I'd give it an 8.5.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we just rode Laugh Track with the lights off, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was the coolest experience I've ever had on Laugh Track. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
It was a cool experience. Give it a 10.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we just rode Team Lightning on Lightning Racer, and I'd rate it a 6.5 out of 10. It was running too slow because we got a Zen ride on it, and like it caused Thunder to win. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, I agree. I give it a 6. It was running a bit slow toward the end of the ride, but other than that, it was alright.
Yeah. Okay, so we just rode Team Thunder on Lightning Racer, and I'd rate that one a 10 out of 10. It was running fast, and we won this time. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
That was good. Give it a 10.
Oh, yeah! Oh, we just met a fan named Austin. Thank you for subscribing.
I didn't subscribe.
Oh, but thanks for watching anyway. Okay, so we just rode the Ferris Wheel, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was really good, and as you can see, Bainham Painting is repainting the inside of Tornado right now. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, it's good ride. We did a lot of good shots, and I give it a 10.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we just rode Wildcat, and I'd rate it an 8.5 out of 10. The front's pretty good on Wildcat. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, it was good. I give it an 8.
Oh, yeah! Okay, so we just rode the Claw, and I'd rate it an 8 out of 10. We didn't get the high side until later in the ride, as expected. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, it was good. I give it an 8.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we just rode Comet, and I'd rate it a 9.5 out of 10. It was really good. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
I'll give it a 7. I felt like toward the middle of the ride, it was a little sluggish a little bit. Other than that, it was alright.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we just rode Skyrush, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It warmed up by now. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, I agree. I give it a 10. The airtime was strong, and it definitely is warmed up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we just rode Great Bear, and I rated a 9.5 out of 10. Some write-off denied me from earthing on Great Bear when, like, you're allowed to do it at public parks. And I predicted something like this was going to happen to me on opening day because, like, I don't know why, because of the cold and everyone was wearing their sneakers and stuff, but surprisingly, it ended up happening to me later this season. And so, Evie, what did you think of it?
Yeah, it was good. Give it a 9.
Oh, yeah. 2 second times for me today. Running into a fan and being denied from earthing on an inverted ride. Okay, so we just rode Candymonium, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. There was a good front seat ride on it, and something funny happened when we were coming off the ride, and Evie told me this, but he heard somebody be like, "This barefoot," which is really funny. This is the first time I've been called out for being barefoot at an amusement park while coming off of an inverted ride, so that was something. And so Evie, what'd you think of it?
That was a good front seat ride. The airtime was good, and I give it a 10.
Oh yeah! Okay, so we just rode the back row of the Twizzlers train on Candymonium, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was really good. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, I agree. The airtime, I think, was stronger in the back, and yeah, it was good. Give it a 10.
Oh yeah! Okay, so we just rode Reese's Cup Fusion, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was good. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
I'm gonna give it an 8 because the wait was a little long, but other than that, was alright.
Oh yeah! Okay, so we just rode the Claw, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was a really cool effect with the fog. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
That was a cool ride on the Claw with all the fog. Yeah, I give it a 10.
Oh yeah! Okay, so we just got a pitch black night ride on Lightning Racer on the Lightning side, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. People, pay more attention to Lightning Racer at night. It was hauling through that way better than this morning, but like thunder beat us though, so that wasn't a negative part of the ride. It was the ride. It was all positive because Lightning Racer was just freaking hauling through that. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
I give it a 10. That was an amazing night ride. I've never had a ride on Lightning Racer like that before, but yeah, that was good.
Oh yeah! Okay, so we just got a night ride on Team Thunder, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was really hauling like Lightning was, and we won. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, it was good. I definitely like that better than Lightning.
Okay, so we just rode Great Bear, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. The same ride-off from earlier that made me put my shoes on was still in the station, so now I had to do it like freaking twice, which really sucks, but it was hauling though. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, it was a good ride. It was hauling. Give it a 9.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we just rode Skyrush in the front, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was really good. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
It's really warmed up now, and the front, it had some really good airtime. Give it a 10.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we just rode Candymonium, and I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. It was really good. And so, Evie, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good night ride. Give it a 10.
Oh, yeah. So, this was a great visit to Hersheypark. In fact, the latest one this year. We got a ton of re-rides and rides, and the only flaw of today was that ride up Katie. She kept ruining my earthing adventures on Great Bear. In fact, she ruined my last 2 for the season. Like, my god. And so, Evie, what did you think of this visit?
Yeah, I thought we had a pretty good visit today. By far was my favorite visit of this season, and we were able to get a lot of rides into that and re-rides, and yeah, overall it was a good day here at Hersheypark.
Yeah, so make sure to reply to me your thoughts on this vlog, and make sure to check out my merch store on Bonfire, where I have t-shirts, face masks, long sleeve shirts, all the things. So make sure to go check that out. I'll have a link in the description, and I will see you in the next